Well, as Phil told you, Sunday is Sunday Fun Day, or Family Day. And let's see, last week we went to Silverwood, so this week we decided to just hang out at the river. We went to church, went on a drive, and then found a spot on the river that really is not that busy. So we're just hanging out. But Matthew claims he's going to jump off the bridge, which crosses the river. People do it. I mean, just since we've been here, we've seen a couple of people do it. But we'll see if that actually happens. The group of people standing across the river were just talking about being jumpers and who does it, who doesn't do it. Most of them were non-jumpers. I'm a non-jumper. I think Phil comes from a family of jumpers. We'll see how this goes. Such a relaxing afternoon hanging out at the river. Matthew decided not to jump off the bridge, but to swim under it and look for fish. Try again. Guess we have some skills to work on. Good afternoon. Well, this week has been, I guess, pretty typical. It has been basically work and school. Matthew has finished up his 7th grade year, and so he's kind of taking a break, but by taking a break, I mean he's working with Phil. And Janelle is really close. She's probably a couple days away from finishing, what grade is she? 5th grade. And Stephanie is maybe a week or so away from semester of her school year. So if you're new here, we sold our house last year and traveled for about 4 or 5 months. And the kids were homeschooling, but because of internet issues and, poor choices with curriculum and everything, they just got pushed off on the schedule, and she finally got onto a curriculum that worked for her, but it just put us behind the traditional schedule. So if they were going to jump into a brick and mortar school right now, obviously it would be an issue. Mostly for Stephanie, the younger two would literally just have to go from one to the next. But we're not doing that. We're going to continue with homeschooling. So we get to choose, part of the beauty of homeschooling, we get to choose their schedule and their curriculum and that type of thing. So it's not that big of a deal. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, right? So we're working through that. Gotta order the curriculum for the other two, and it's so funny. We asked Matthew, how long of a break do you think you need? And he's like, I'd like a week or two. And we're like, dude, you're gonna get like a month at least. So we're not gonna torture them and make them do school 12 months or 11 months out of the year, but definitely will be sharing more about that as we progress into the ordering and like setting up the curriculum and everything like that. So they are going to be doing a Becca Academy. So that is an online school. It's something that they can do either streaming the classes or a DVD option, and we found that the DVD option allows them to do school kind of wherever. So if we decide to go camping, guess what? They can still do it. So we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out as they learn yet another way of doing things. But I think from everything we've read, everybody we've talked to, what we've seen so far, it's a good option. So loving all the back to school photos of my nieces and nephews and friends, and just kind of crazy that they're getting ready to go back to school. And I'm going to hit the after school sales, when everybody's done buying their stuff. I'm going to go get the 25-cent notebooks because we don't quite need them yet. So that's going to be the goal. I'm going to keep an eye out for that. My car says it's 97 degrees. I don't do hot weather. None of us do. We are just so anxious for fall. Like I said, Matthew's done with school, so I did take him to the beach earlier in the week, or to the lake. He wanted to just go play and jump in the water, so that's cool. And then I think this weekend we're going to maybe go to Silverwood again. We have another appointment for my car, so that'll be fun. So when I go to Costco at the beginning of the month, I buy 4 dozen eggs because that's really all I have room for in the fridge. But we've already gone through those 4 dozen eggs. Plus, I had a friend give me 3 dozen eggs, and then I bought 2 more dozen eggs. And it's only, the 15th, 17th of the month, and I'm at the store to get more eggs because the kids want breakfast for dinner. Which is totally fine, but holy smokes, I need chickens. I guess when we had chickens, I didn't really pay attention to how many eggs we ate because I always had eggs. I'm guessing I'm gonna need at least 12, 24 chickens to keep up with this.
Hello.
Good evening. It is
10:07
in the PM.
Not in the morning time.
The lights are weird. Yes, it's 10:07 and we're gonna go on a drive. Tonight and tomorrow is supposed to be like spectacular Aurora Borealis viewing. The circle I saw pretty much encompassed all of Montana, Wyoming, a good chunk of Idaho, I didn't pay attention as it went west. I don't know.
Of North Idaho.
All of the north, like the whole north.
All of North Idaho.
Yeah, and I didn't pay attention as it went west, like exactly where it went. There were a couple of different maps I looked at, but it's 10:07. We're gonna go for a drive and see what we see. Hopefully, we see something cool. When we lived in Bozeman a number of years ago, I saw like the tiniest little bit, which at the time I was like, I don't know if that's what it was, but pretty sure it's what it was. Then the 2 times I've been to Alaska, 0, absolutely 0.
I mean, there was that one time that we were close, then we didn't see it.
Well, we were close. What do you mean?
It was all in Russia.
Yeah, we didn't see it because it was in Russia. So it was just across the river there, the pond. So come with us and hopefully we'll see something cool. If not, we'll just see you tomorrow. You're tired already? Now notice Phil's not here. He was drywalling all day and then...
Hey, me too.
Yeah, but you're tougher.
That's true.
No, he's not.
So anyways, we're off. I don't know where we're going, but we're gonna go see what we can see. We had an awesome drive up the mountain in the dark. There was 0 people on the road, and we thought for sure we are going to see the Aurora Borealis. So we waited a little while, and then it turns out it was just the moon. But it was still awesome. We saw so many stars. It's too late. We decided it's time to go home and give up on the Northern Lights. But the view of the city from up here is so amazing. It is 12 o'clock and she's out. She's out. Matthew, you with me?
I'm with you.
He's fighting it. So I think we're gonna call it a night. We saw shooting stars and deer, and we watched the moonrise over the mountain, which was pretty cool. Enjoyed the nice silence of, we weren't in the wilderness. What would you say, bud?
It
Just
was pretty quiet.
kind of getting out of town a little bit and stuff, but midnight here in Idaho, we still haven't seen anything. So if you,
Besides some deer.
yeah, lots of deer eating their dinner. If you were lucky enough to see the Aurora Borealis tonight, let us know down in the comments, and maybe you can share pictures. I'm not sure if that's possible, but we're gonna go home and get these guys in bed. Maybe we'll try again tomorrow night. Good morning. We had a little bit of a late start this morning because the kids did not want to get out of bed, and that's fine. I had them out till midnight last night. Then I found out from something I saw online that the Aurora Borealis might be better seen tonight. I was like, so we'll see. We might try it again. But I was sitting outside with the dog, just kind of relaxing, having my iced coffee, and looked up and I'm seeing yellow leaves on the tree. I do love fall, but I don't know if I'm quite ready for what that all entails with the amount of leaves that I'll have to sweep off this little porch, because they kind of blow in here. I'll show you. They just blow in here and get stuck, but you see that yellow right there? So yesterday, I ran out and had to get some eggs because apparently, you know, we go through eggs like nobody's business. And I bought the cheap eggs at Walmart. They're, you know, like $2 for the dozen or whatever. And then I bought free range eggs. They're not the most expensive eggs you can get at Walmart, but they're definitely not the cheapest. And I want to show you the difference. So last night I cracked open a couple from each carton just because I wanted to see the difference. I know from having had chickens that the free range yolks look different, but being able to compare when you buy them at the store is kind of interesting. So I'm going to show you that. It's amazing to see that the store, or the cheap eggs from the store, are almost like such a blah color. And it's all because of their diet, really. Well, a lot of it is. Some of it is from, you know, lack of sunlight. So if you are buying eggs and you're looking at more than just the price, if it doesn't say anything, you know that they just live in this little cage. They don't walk around, they don't have sun, they got nothing. Their whole business in life is lay eggs, and that's it. So that's like your cheap eggs. And then you have your cage-free eggs, and that sounds good, but all that means is that they live in a barn and they walk around, you know, crammed together, stepping on each other, whatever else. So they might have some access to fresh air, sunlight, etc. They do get to move around, but still very much in a confined space. And then if it is labeled free range, they have some access to outside, you know, they can get bugs and grass and sunlight, and you'll see a huge difference in the yolk from the cheaper to obviously the more expensive. It takes more land and more protection, and you know, there's just more steps in the whole free range, which is why, in my opinion, that's why people have chickens. Besides that, honestly, they're kind of just fun to watch and, you know, tell your secrets too, all that. But the flavor, besides the whole like it's more humane and everything, the flavor of a free range egg is like hands down. There's like, if I bought the cheap eggs, we wouldn't go through near as many because nobody would eat them. Like, that's just the bottom line. They just would skip and have cereal for breakfast. But if I buy good eggs, they want to have like eggs for breakfast. So I'd say it's a catch-22 because you buy the good eggs so they want to eat them, which means you have to buy more of them. Whereas if you don't buy them, or if you don't buy the good ones, you buy cheap ones, then all they're going to want is more processed type things. So they're going to want pancakes or muffins, or just eat cereal or whatever. So it's trying to look at the budget makes it hard, because I want to go in and spend the least money possible on food. Like the bag of groceries I got yesterday at Walmart was $40. It was like one bag. And I know you guys know this, but if I go in and look at labels and look at quality of what we are putting in our body, it changes the price, and it's a struggle like every time I go to the store. So if you have any tips on how to deal with that, I think I pick and choose. Like there are certain things that are non-negotiables, and other things like, you know what, we could probably, you know, you can make do. You could probably buy, I don't know, like frozen vegetables that are maybe organic. They might be a better price than if you buy the fresh ones. You know, there are some options, but I don't know. It's rough. Right now, it is rough to have to feed the family. There we go! Darkness! Woo-hoo! Oh my gosh! I know! I decided I don't like going on these things with you anymore. Every freaking time! I go down backwards. Woo! Yeah! I go down that time.
Well, hey there, guys. Hope everybody is doing fantastic. Today has been kind of an interesting day. We had some warranty work that needed to get done to Jess's car. So let me rephrase that, dropped Matthew, which is right there, and the rest of the family off at Silverwood to go play in the water, while I sat at Toyota for 5.5 hours waiting for our warranty work to get done. So I just got here a little bit ago, and we are wrapping up the day as they're getting ready to close, and head on home to grab some dinner. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you on the next video. If you would do us a favor and hit that thumbs up if you liked the video, we would greatly appreciate it. Other than that, talk to you later.